Mark your calendar for August 1, the first day of August. That is a special day for this fellow, Dr. Connor Sible, and his colleague, Dr. Fred Below, because you're going to want to attend what they have planned at the University of Illinois Extension and Research Center down on South First Street in Champaign. And Connor, you and Fred just have a tremendous outline of student presentations, all their research with answers that farmers are going to need for their questions.
Exactly, Stu. We're really excited about this event. It's the third one, so it's our third annual now, Crop Physiology Field Day, part of the university's Department of Crop Science Agronomy Days, summer events. So we're always around that first week of August, and really excited about it. You know, get the students out there, talk about their research. There's nothing more rewarding than being able to do that.
Now, you're not a student anymore, you're a postdoc researcher, but you've got some ideas for farmers that they're going to want to hear as well.
Yeah, so our theme this year is Got Yield. So we love that. And so as no longer student, postdoc now, I'm going to be talking about the mathematics of how we get to yield in the end, right? And nobody loves math, or some people do, right? And I think most of those are engineers, but it's agronomists or biologists because we tried to avoid the math. But I think there's some really cool math out there on what it takes to calculate the bushels, and that's what we'll be talking about and helping farmers understand when in the season you're making yield decisions and how then to optimize that for best yield at the end of the year.
Such as?
Yep, so when you think about, corn, for example, and when it's developing, I mean, we got the corn behind us. It's already making decisions about how big that ear is going to be, how many rows around, how long is that going to be. That's our yield components of kernel number, and that's happening right now.
We can see that. There's one right there. You just add an extra row. So.
Yep, exactly. But it's a long season yet, right? It's just June, so we don't harvest till October or so. The other side of that equation is the kernel weights, and how do we fill those kernels and optimize and balance those? Because sometimes we know if you have more kernels, they maybe don't weigh as much. Or if you have less kernels, they can be really heavy. And understanding how that all works together, those relationships, and then putting that equation together, like I said, so that we can get the highest sum that we can at the end of the year.
But what can a farmer do to increase that sum? We're dependent upon the weather. Are you talking about just putting an extra side dress on?
So it could be side dress early season, could be micronutrients. That's where I won't give all the secrets away to the grad students, right? But so I'll talk a lot about what it takes to build the yields, and the students and their research is the practices that ensure we get there. So it's going to be a really nice flow. I'll be leading off on that, and the students will fill in and kind of how does my research influence some of those yield components that I opened up in the beginning there.
Okay. So you're going to lead it off.
Mm-hmm.
Fred will probably introduce you, but then you'll lead it off, and then you've got 8 or 10 students who are going to put those kernels on the row.
Yep, so we got myself, and then we got 6 student presentations.
6 of them.
And the grand finale, of course, is Dr. Below, and he'll wrap it all up and put the full story together. So.
Okay. And you've got a special farmer who's going to be kind of part of that ending program, putting the icing on the cake.
Yep. We're very excited and happy to be working with Troy Uphoff. He's our Illinois state record yield grower, and just a fantastic grower to work with, talk to. He's really excited about it, and we're excited to bring him out to the field day, and we'll have some great discussions there with a high yield farmer panel.
All right, and if you haven't heard some of my interviews with Troy Uphoff, he's just a delightful individual, and very willing to share some of his ideas, and some of them make a lot of sense. Really, all of them make a lot of sense. You don't have to have just his yield on your farm. It's a real good way for him to convey his success in the National Corn Growers Yield Contest, so that you might be able to apply it too. The date again, August 1st. If farmers wanted to, they probably need to register, so you got enough food to go around, don't you?
Yes, so we do have a registration link. It is on the Department of Crop Science Agronomy Days website. So if you just go to Google and search UIUC Agronomy Days, should show up as one of the top links. And that registration link is just there for me to have a head count, so we do have enough food. But the whole thing is free. There's no commitments on that. We're just really looking to get that registration in so we can make sure that we have a good head count. And we do have day of registration that morning as well. So the event kicks off 8:20. So on-site registration starts at 8 in the morning, and then we'll kick off the whole thing starting at 8:20 and wrap up right around noon with lunch.
Okay, so you've got some good presentations. Everybody needs to bring a notebook, and so because you're going to be wanting to take some notes from some of what the students say. Again, Agronomy Day, Crop Physiology Agronomy Day on August 1st. We appreciate the contributions here of Dr. Connor Sible. Connor will be one of those presenters, answering a lot of your questions and giving you a lot of great ideas for getting yield, because they want you to got yield. Thanks for watching. I'm Stu Ellis.